Shane.
I wanted to ask, so when you was talking about earlier how you had like a friend of a certain life in prison and find your eight people that you're close with, I was wondering what made you think like who you want to surround yourself with and who you don't want to surround yourself with, and how did you kind of determine that, and what did you do after? Did you cut them off completely, or did you kind of like just like slowly separate yourself with them?
Slowly separate. I'm never just gonna cut people off because everybody. You're. I'd be doing myself a disservice if all these things I talk about were relationships. If I would just cut them off, but I did move with caution, and I had a moment in high school where my friends and I were hanging out late at the movie theaters, and every time we'd hang out afterwards, we'd go to White Castles and hang out. And most often, all my friends, we hooped. Like we were good kids. We got in a little bit of trouble, but for the most part we were good. Stayed away from some of the outside noise. But this one particular night, somebody who was part of our crew, but he was kind of a distant member, two people, and we get to White Castle, and he was just in the back seat of my car, and I was like one of the first kids with a license. My brother gave me his hand-me-down vehicle, and we get to the White Castle, and we're eating my chicken rings, and he pulls out a gun, and he pulls out drugs, and it's like across the table. Now, this person was just in my car. Had I got pulled over on my way there, rest assured he did not drive back with me. But had I got pulled over on the way there, the CMO you're talking to today, you're not talking to. And that was an inflection point in my life where I said, listen, you can love people, but you can love them from a distance. And that was a moment. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I think that's where it goes back to the 8 you want to surround yourself with. And some of those friends, my friends that when I go back home and I'm proud. I tell my friends all the time, we're the best version of ourselves. Like I got a friend that's in a union that is the best sheet carpenter union person. I got another friend who styles Future and Roddy Ricch, and he's the best fashion designer. And we all came from this one little neighborhood. My other one's he's a athletic director at a small school on Long Island. Like we've all pushed each other, regardless of what world we ended in. Might be in different tax brackets, might have different lifestyles and everything else, but we're still the best at what we're doing. And I just try to keep that energy, regardless of my success. And I come and I talk to my friends, and we talk about each other's life and transgressions and family issues. And, it's been very refreshing just to have a group of 8, and not just a group of 8, but just a community that we can talk to. And nobody's looking at status. We're looking at how we get better, how we make it better for our kids, regardless of where we sit.